In finance news, Remedial Health, a health tech startup that's developed solutions for Africa's pharmaceutical value chain, has secured a $12 billion in equity and debt funding round, looking to deepen its operations in Nigeria. The $8 million Series A equity funding round was led by US-based venture capital firm QED Investors. Victor Benjamin is the COO and co-founder of Remedial Health and is live here in the studios with me tonight to chat to their latest success. Thanks for coming in and congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
It's good, we appreciate it. Give me some quick statistics a little bit about the pharmaceutical industries. Let's start from there, the industry in which you operate. Give me some numbers quickly.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. The Nigerian pharmaceutical market today, according to statistics, about 40% of medications consumed today in Nigeria are either substandard or counterfeit. Now, that's too huge a figure to ignore. That's very worrisome. And this is largely due to the challenge of distribution and storage conditions of these medications. The way and manner in which we treat medications in Nigeria is not okay.
Over-the-counter drugs?
Over-the-counter drugs, yeah. It's not okay. Now, this figure, looking at it, gives a lot of concern. The Nigerian market today is largely based on importation. About 80% plus are imported medications. And just about less than 15% are locally manufactured. Now, the way these drugs are being distributed in the market to the frontline healthcare providers, it's something that is in disarray. I'll use that word, is in disarray right now. And that's a major concern for us. So what we are doing, we identify these gaps that exist in the distribution of pharmaceutical products. We looked at the figures, that these figures are not okay. Nigerians deserve better. That's too much a figure to ignore, because it is high time we start paying attention to the medications that we're taking. That is where Remedial Health comes in. So Sam and I have been in this space for a while, and we identified these gaps over the years. We observed these gaps that exist over the years. And we took it upon ourselves that, why not? We can do it.
Okay, so the recent $8 million on the debt side, sorry, on the equity side, you got about another $4 billion into funding together. How would that help you to expand your operations and bring something new to the table in terms of healthcare delivery, healthcare solutions for Nigerians?
Okay, so for us, the recent funding that we just concluded right now in Series A funding, for us is an empowerment to do more. In the last 1 year that we have been in the distribution space, we've seen a lot. And the gap that exists is just too wide. Now, in the past 1 year, we have enlisted over close to 6,000 outlets that we distribute door to door. PPMVs, pharmacies, and hospitals. Now, what we're going to do with this is we are deepening our operations, we are saturating the markets. Over 50,000 patent medicine stores exist out there. We have just about 6,000 right now. So the margin is wide. What we are going to do now is to saturate the market, to go deeper. For us, we believe no Nigerian should be denied access to good and authentic medication. And that is only possible if we have an efficient delivery system in Nigeria.
Are you seeing a similar problem, challenges, not only in Nigeria, but across Africa?
Sure. So the figures that you find in Nigeria most likely are similar to other nations in Africa. And for us, our vision is for all over Africa.
But why do you think that is a general problem, speaking?
So we can't totally trace the roots, but we are part of the solution now. As Africans, it's high time that we begin to change this narrative. It's high time that we begin to improve our processes, the way and manner in which medications will be distributed for Nigeria and for Africans. We are looking forward to a productive Africa. And you can't talk about productivity without talking about the health status of the people. And that is what we are tackling.
So how do you leverage data-driven insights for effective road-to-market solutions for pharmaceutical manufacturers? Again, when you look at countries like Nigeria and a number of African countries, the last mile is very important in terms of how you get quality pharmas, medications and all that, vaccines and all that, to demand in the rural areas.
Okay, so today, I would say that data in healthcare is almost non-existent. It is, but not valid. This is one of the problems that we are solving in Remedial Health. So the distribution of medications so far in Nigeria, we have largely importers who rely on the open drug market to distribute these items. And what an average healthcare practitioner do is take out some time out of productive time, go into these markets, source these medications, and then return back to their outlets for dispensing. This is the general trend. And this happens majorly in urban centers. Now, we looked at it from the back end that there are people in the rural areas. Their lives also matter too. How do they gain access to authentic and affordable medications? This is a challenge. And for us at Remedial Health, we are saying the way and manner this thing is being done is not okay. So far, we've been able to build an efficient logistics system. We are presently in 34 states in Nigeria, where we deliver medicines to these outlets, regardless of your location. So from the back end, we are leveraging on tech to solve the issue of distribution that exists in the pharma space. We're also leveraging on tech to curb the spread of counterfeits and substandard medications. What we are doing, we are that solid bridge, right, between manufacturers, importers of genuine pharmaceutical products, and those in the frontline healthcare space.
But we got news today that GlaxoSmithKline, GSK, is pulling out of Nigeria's production and what have you. Would you like to see more of, and this is my final take, in terms of as you expand and you get a whole lot bigger at Remedial Health, do you look to see more drugs? When I mean drugs, I mean medications and over-the-counter whatever and all that. More of that produced in Africa as to help us save some foreign exchange. Is that something you're keen about?
That is not something that can happen in a day, because largely, like I said, 85% of what we consume in Nigeria are imported. Our local production just accounts for less than 15%. And this is a challenge. However, we believe that the time is now. The time is now. Even though the multinationals, the GSKs are pulling out, it has always been like that. I would say in recent times, most of these premium brands have been scarce because logistics right now, especially with the case of subsidy removal, the exchange rates, most of these companies are not finding it easy to do business in Nigeria. So it's high time Nigerians and Africans take the bull by the horn. That yes, no Nigerian, non-African should be denied access to good and authentic medications. And we, from our end, we are solving it from the area of distribution, but in the long term, it will definitely metamorphose into production.
I was about to ask that as a getaway. That if $12 million, maybe if you have $1.2 billion, you'll be able to set up a pharmaceutical industry. But that's a great, it's a nice one.
Yeah,
but we appreciate what you folks are doing, supporting what everyone else is doing, because this is the time when Africa need to take our destiny in our own hands, and Nigeria inclusive. Thank you so much, Victor Benjamin, for coming on the show. I wish you guys and the rest of your team all the best. Congratulations once again. That's Benjamin, COO and co-founder at Remedial Health.